Hello there, Pisces. How's it going? It is time for your reading. My name is Kelly. Let's get right into it and see what's going on. I wanted to do this reading a little bit backwards. Sometimes I kind of get just to kind of like, I don't know, just to make it different, you know. So let's see what's going on here with Pisces. I'm going to pull cards first. Then I'm going to pull runes. And then we'll put it together. Kind of do it a little bit different. Backwards. We'll do it backwards. Hope you guys are getting your sleep. Somebody's tired. It could be me, but I don't know. I feel like I got plenty of sleep. So you got the Knight of Swords. So this is like something that is rushing very quickly. It could be sharp intellect as well. Something swift. Let's clarify that. You know, I really like this too. You know, I don't know if you guys notice these cards. I really like them because they have runes on them. And the two runes that I see on this Knight of Swords is Ehwaz, which is, forward movement, truth, justice. Justice, right? And then Wangyu, and Wangyu is happiness and joy. What else? The Eight of Cups. Oh. The Eight of Cups kind of changes the energy there a little bit, doesn't it? It's like 1 minute you're racing one way, and then all of a sudden something happens here. I noticed Wang Yu is still upright down here. It's just kind of different, okay? So whatever it is here that you're racing to, something here has changed. The energy has shifted. Let's get another card. And I still see Righto too. I see Righto too. I'm just kind of like figuring out these runes here too. Strength. And the Seven of Wands. Well, you got the upper hand, that's for sure, whatever the deal is here. You definitely got the upper hand here, Pisces. From what I can see here, it looks like, this is like some sort of, change. Like I said, this forward movement, it's changing. You've kind of like walked away from some sort of path that no longer served you or something to that nature. And this is like your strength here, it's immense spiritual fortitude is what I feel this is. This could be maybe something that is chaotic or something that, it's something chaotic here with the Knight of Swords. But, you've got the strength here. This kind of tames everything here. This is something within yourself, most likely, Pisces. Okay. Yeah. Looks like you could be like, mastering your own passions, fears, and impulses, things like that. And, this is you standing your ground here and not moving. This is standing your ground, having the strength, maintaining your defensive stance in a very highly successful position. You know, old circumstances may change. See, with this Eight of Cups? Yeah, and your boundaries, you know, may shift. But, you know, this is saying here you have higher ground. See, look, you're moving up to higher ground. See how that squirrel's going up the tree? He's moving up to higher ground. Yeah, you're moving one way with the Knight of Swords, you know, quickly, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, wait a minute. And you're moving to higher ground. This is really very spiritual, I feel. Yeah. And with this Seven of Wands, I mean, it doesn't look like you're backing down, and you have the stamina, you know, to hold your line against any opposition. Yeah. Huh. I wonder what the runes are going to say. Yeah. Let's look some more here. You got the eight, the Eight of Pentacles. Or I mean, the Four of Pentacles. Gosh, what am I thinking? The Four of Pentacles. The Six of Wands. I mean, the Six of Swords. Sorry. Let's get one more. And Judgment. That's interesting. Well, it looks pretty good, though, Pisces. It does. You know, this could actually be a rebirth. You know, this could actually definitely be some sort of a rebirth here with the Judgment. I definitely see that here. And you could be like holding on tightly to something. See how she's holding on to something? Yeah. This could be some sort of a mindset, or it could be, you know, something material. So, you know, in the past, you may have resisted change out of the need of security or something. But this is kind of like, you know, something that breaks free from the Four of Pentacles with the Six of Swords. It's moving into, you know, calmer waters. You're finally realizing that maybe holding on too tightly could actually be keeping you trapped and stagnant. Yeah. So, you know, drop the extra baggage. See, she's got it right there. It's telling you to drop the extra baggage. And this is like, you know, the main deal here, this Judgment. This is like, you know, this is a literal rebirth. And this is very, very, very spiritual as well. I mean, many of you could be going through an actual kind of like a real, you know, spiritual rebirth here. How interesting. Look at this. This has Ehwaz on there. That is the seed. The seed is being born. You know, seeds, they come alive. This could, you know, I feel like this is kind of like a shift and a rebirth of some kind. What else is going on with Pisces? Make sure you guys can see everything. Oh, Ehwaz. Ehwaz in reverse. Okay, well, that kind of like explains this. Here you are cruising, and then all of a sudden there's a detour. That's kind of the way I'm looking at that. Ehwaz is the horse. It's in reverse, so it's kind of stalled for a second. You know, it's like, yeah, stopping, you know, or stopping the rush here with the Eight of Cups. What else? Jera. Wow, I like Jera. Jera is talking about a cycle. Yeah. This is kind of like a harvest, you know. This is talking about a harvest. And what it's saying here is that you can't force a harvest in the middle of winter, okay? And every choice you've made here, you know, like walking away and moving to calmer shores, right here, it takes time to bear fruit. You know what I mean? So this is talking about, you know, trust that the harvest will arrive, you know, in its own right time and season, okay? All right, what else? Ehwaz. Wow. Okay, so now Ehwaz is the seed. Ehwaz is, gestation, the seed within. So this is kind of like, it's kind of like referring here to the strength card here. The most important growth that is happening it's happening right now, okay? It really is. It's telling you not to scatter your energy too much, all right? It's a good time to rest, too. Yeah. What else? Wong Yu, wow. Wong Yu is a really good rune, Pisces. Wong Yu means happiness and joy, all right? And so it's in the advice column here, and it's telling you to, to let go of, let go of this baggage here, okay? Yeah. Let go of the struggle. Yeah. So, this is like walking away from some sort of drama for your own happiness. Yeah. So you were moving one way, and all of a sudden you just went, I'm going up to higher ground. There you are up on higher ground. Yeah. And, yeah. Interesting. This is really a spiritual reading. Wang Yu is a very spiritual rune as well. This is talking about leveling up spiritually. Yeah. And letting go of any mental, blocks. You could be walking away from something that's mental as well, in your head. But, yeah. Yeah, choose the path. Choose the path that's going to let you breathe, okay? You want the path where you can breathe easy and align with your true contentment. Yeah. Ehwaz. Truth and justice. I like it. This is like the spiritual warrior, Pisces. Ehwaz is definitely like the spiritual warrior. It's, you know, this is clarity. Yeah. And this is also embodying the essence here of the Seven of Wands. Yeah. Standing tall in your truth. Uh-huh. Yeah. Wow. It's also in the middle of the reading. So it's very significant. Standing tall in your truth and your integrity. Yeah. This is also kind of like alignment with the divine. See how it's pointing upwards? It's pointing up towards the heavens. Yeah. This is definitely very, very spiritual. What else? Othala. Othala. Othala is, it could be like somebody in your family, actually, Pisces. Othala means family, okay? This could be a family member that is unhappy. We kind of got that same energy yesterday, sort of. Doesn't necessarily have to be a family member, but when it's in reverse, it's somebody around you that isn't really actually very happy at the moment. And they're frozen. This is Isa. Isa is ice. Definitely this person is, they might feel like a big disconnect from you or their family. They could feel a disconnect. This doesn't have to be a family member, but whoever this person is, they could feel a disconnect with their own family, or this could be a family member that feels a disconnect with you. And it could be somebody close to you. It doesn't necessarily have to be a family member, but it feels like, they've got some sort of issues that could go back. It could go back a long time. Yeah, this person's actually kind of frozen. And they're very rigid, and they're very cold. They could feel very cold or detached. Yeah. Us. So yeah, this person's got some internal problems going on. This is like this is kind of like a volatile defense mechanism that this person is sitting behind. Yeah. They kind of feel like they were pushed out of the crowd before the ice could actually melt. Yeah. This person is right now experiencing some sort of extreme internal friction or chaotic crisis or something. And they're trying to keep it locked up, within themselves. But it's getting harder and harder for them, whoever this is. Huh. This person could feel blocked. Yeah, this could be somebody you blocked. What else? Ehwaz. And Ehwaz is in reverse, and Ehwaz talks about darkness. So, you know, there's some things here that you don't see. So basically, what we're operating here on Pisces is true intuition. Okay, we can still move around here freely in the dark. Although this is in reverse, this is just it's not saying a full stop. It's just saying, you know, you've moved up to higher ground, so you could have, you know, and you have the strength here. You move to higher ground for, you know, for yourself. This could be spiritual, very spiritual as well. But yeah, whatever it is, you've moved on, and the only thing here that this card's telling you is to drop that baggage and move forward. Yeah. So this rebirth can happen. Wow, that's kind of cool. Let's see what's going on with this other person still. This other person is I don't know. This other person is going through some sort of some problems for sure, because you know, they got the Narcissus there next to Isa, and Othala is unhappiness. So yeah. Whipping Rune, Yeah, this person could be having some, you know, arguments. This person could be going through some physical or mental strain or tension, and they have a deep desire to sweep something clean. But the thing is, they have this desire, but they're not moving. What else? The coffin. Man. So, you know, the coffin is pretty heavy, you know. It could be a heavy ending. Yeah. Maybe this arguments or something have really burnt this person out. And it's caused a part of them to die out. It seems like they've kind of like put all their issues and their emotions into a box and shut the lid. You know, it's the coffin, you shut the lid. This person could be, you know, experiencing some sort of profound ending or a period of mourning or some sort of stagnation. And they're completely immobilized, and the energy around them is really dark and locked down and cold. Dang. What else? Oh, you got the clover. They got the clover. Well, the clover is a sudden brief stroke of luck, okay? So, you know, this could be, you know, some sort of turn of events for this person, okay? It could actually act as some sort of a breakthrough here with the narcissist. Yeah. Yeah, something unexpected is going to happen for this person here. Some sort of maybe relief will come to them. You know. It's just, it could be just short-lived. You know what I mean? The clover isn't necessarily a permanent thing. Yeah. This person could be going through some crisis at home right now too. You know. Yeah, so this person's going to have a little bit of a brief little break to whatever this experience is here that they're going through. They might have a small little breakthrough and have a little chance to breathe. But yeah, I don't know who this person is to you, Pisces, but you know, yesterday it was kind of like the same energy, you know, somebody, you know, maybe unhappy. But anyway, let's pull some more cards out and see what else. What else is going on with Pisces? Stubborn. It can denote determination and perseverance, but it may also hinder progress. Huh. Interesting card. What else is going on with Pisces? Control issues, deep-seated fear of losing power or feeling vulnerable, or a false sense of security. These, by the way, are shadow cards. These cards here, you know, these are the shadow cards. They're not, they're shadowy. There's a couple in here that are really good, but most of them are shadowy. And the reason why I pull them out is so we can see our shadow side and bring it to light to where we can fix it. Arrogance, inability to see your flaws, know your limitations while trying to learn and improve. Okay. Yeah, those are definitely shadowy cards. Let's get some bright cards here. What else is going on with Pisces? Without agenda, pure love and everything you have dreamed of will happen when you are ready to give love without expecting anything in return. True givers receive. What else? Instant manifestation, soul and mind working together. Create a dream in your heart. You have nothing to lose. You carry the dream. Your intention is pure. Be ready to receive. Wow. Let's get one more. Heart path. It's not worth pursuing a path without passion. This road will only lead you to uncertainty and frustration. Follow your heart and you can't go wrong. So yeah, just follow your heart, Pisces. I see it right here, Ehwaz. This is like, you know, justice and this is you're in the right, you're going the right way, all right? Even though things are dark. Yeah, even though things are dark, you're going the right way. And I'm going to pull one of these moon cards out. It's really windy here today. Super, super windy. It's kind of, you know, it's a beautiful day, but I don't like to go out in the wind because it's really cold. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. It's time to take action. Let's get one more. A personal issue reaches resolution. Maybe a personal issue will reach a resolution. The energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. Okay, Pisces? Well, there you have it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you haven't, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. All right? All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now, Pisces.